Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky. Today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. I did run across my fresh paint, my close to my heart, fresh paint card workshop kit, and I wanted to go ahead and put some of these cards together. Spoiler alert, I still have it, but I wanted to go ahead and get it started. So I decided I would go ahead and heat emboss these cassette tapes because I needed to do it for this very first project. On the fresh paint. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it with my Versamark, and then I'll put my white powder over the top of it, my white heat embossing powder. I don't recall who that's from, but it's okay. We sell it over at Close to My Heart. I will put a link down below if I totally remember to. I was just heating up my heat gun there just for a second. I'm going to go ahead and put the powder down. See, what I'm doing right there is I was like, shoot, I didn't use the anti-static pouch on here. Dang it, it's going to be a mess. So I decided to use it. Okay, guys, look at this. Look how this turns out. Look at all. What happened is I use that anti-static pouch a lot for taking the sticky off the back of the cards. So I'm thinking that I have loosened up some of the stitches in there, like it's a woven material, and I think I've kind of stretched them out a little bit. So now too much of the powder comes out because I was using them on stickers. So we'll see how this works without using the anti-static pouch. You can go ahead and pick this up off of here. Y'all, that's not good. That is so not good. I'm going to try and pick off some of the bits with my little tool right here. And then we'll go ahead and heat it up and see what happens. Yeah, that did not stamp super great. I know this isn't the best use for that really cute flamingo card, but it was sitting on my desk. I actually liked that card, so I kind of wished I wouldn't have used that one. But it's okay. We'll survive. So we're going to go ahead and melt this up and see what happens. Now I am using a Tim Holtz heat tool. I did also pick that up over at Close to My Heart as well. I have that one, and then I also have a pink one that I got years and years ago. It's kind of a longer one. I'm still on the fence of which one I like better. I don't know if I like this one better or if I like the other one better. This one is super hot, but it blows really lightly. It doesn't seem to blow very, very hard for me. But the pink one that I have goes and blows really hard. It might even blow some of the powder off, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not. This does call for having something stamped on the front of it. It says birthday mix, but we don't really care about that part right now. I just wanted to show you how this comes out without that anti-static pouch on it. So that looks really terrible. Can you see it back there? Terrible. So I was like, okay, it's anti-static. What happens? The pouch is an anti-static pouch. What happens if I just rub my hands over the top of this black cardstock? What will happen then? Will I get a good impression if I do it that way? So we're going to go ahead and try that out. Now you see what happened when I used the anti-static pouch, because I used mine on stickers. My black cardstock looks like it has baby powder on it. So yeah, that didn't work out good. This one right here, I did go ahead and decide to stamp birthday mix before I put the powder on it instead of the other one. The other one I stamped birthday mix after the fact. So on this one, this is the one I rubbed with my hands, trying to see if that would help it out any, make my impression a little bit more clear. Let's see what happens. Okay, guys, look how terrible that is. We're going to knock some of that off. It's still really bad. Now what's happening is the oil on my hands is getting on the cardstock, and all of that heat embossing powder is sticking to the cardstock because I used my hands. Now let's see how it works with one other way. Okay, on this next one, we're going to go ahead and pull out another piece of the black that is for those cassette tapes. And I just kind of am heating up the die cut. What would happen if the die cut is warm? Would that help it be a little better? I'm not sure. Let's see what happens when the die cut is warm, and then we put the Versamark and then we put the powder on it. What will happen then? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stamp a birthday mix. This is hard. I can't hardly see that Versamark on there. So for me, I will probably end up, when I do go through and do these all for real, I probably will end up stamping them at 2 different times. I like the idea of stamping them both at the same time because I only have to make the mess once. But also, I'm a little concerned that if I stamp the cassette tape, melt that down, then stamp birthday mix, when I'm melting that down, what's going to happen? I'm concerned about that. So you can see this one. It looks a little bit better. It's probably better than the first one, but it's still not good, right? So we're going to go ahead and try one more way. So on this one, I'm just going to get the little anti-static powder. I'm just going to touch the pouch with my finger and kind of rub it all over that die cut and see what happens. All right, guys, sorry about that. Constant interruptions over here, as per usual. If I ever make it through a video without a flipping interruption, oh my gosh, I am going to like buy a lottery ticket if that ever happens. Okay, so this one I just used my finger and kind of rubbed on it with the anti-static after touching the anti-static pouch. And we'll see how this one works. I'm going to go ahead and put down the cassette tape with our VersaFine. This time that my little 4x6 card was getting a little bent up and like weird. So I just pulled out a different card and another piece of paper just in case. I'm making a mess basically is what I'm doing. So I'm trying to avoid making more of a mess. So we're going to go ahead and put the white embossing powder down on to our little cassette tape. Pick this up. Tap it a little bit. Look at that, guys. Amazing. Amazing, right? There's a little bit right there. Just a little bit. It's got a couple flaws on it, but not very many. So check this out. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, okay. That would have been perfect. But did you see what I was doing? I was heating it, and then I dropped it face down, still hot, onto that plastic packaging. So now you can see I've got some smudging going on it. Otherwise, this one would have been perfect. So kind of the moral of the story is get an anti-static pouch and don't use it for stickers. Have one that's specifically for your stamping or your heat embossing, and perhaps get one if you like to take the stickery off the back of stickers like I do. That is the moral of the story. Let's see how this comes out. This is so cute. And when I was sitting down to do these cards, which I still haven't done because this was the very first project, and I had complications at the very first one, right? See, I've cut up all the stuff, but now I'm having complications with this heat embossing. So, yeah, I still haven't done the rest of those cards, but this comes out pretty good, except for where I dropped it face down. It was still hot and melty, so some of the heat emboss got stuck onto that plastic. But what I will do is I will pull out my white gel pen and kind of fill in the spots that didn't, that I kind of messed up a little bit. I can't see it super good on camera, but in person you can see those marks really well. So anyways, the whole point of this is to say, make sure you get an anti-static pouch. So here's what all those look like. You can see, look how bad that one is I rubbed my hands on. The one that's under the one I rubbed my hands on is the one without any anti-static pouch, and the other one's the one I put my finger on. Here, I'm making a to-do list that says to do, order anti-static pouch ASAP. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to support my channel, go to bigcubity.closetomyheart.com, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.